نريد لبنان ملتقى وفاق عربي.
Good afternoon. You're watching the English newscast on Future Television. I'm Yumna Nofal, and these are today's top stories. Turkey declares a day of national mourning after twin bombings kill 38 people near a football stadium in Istanbul and says Kurdish militants appear to have staged the attack. A blast during Sunday Mass inside Cairo's main Coptic cathedral kills at least 25 people, injuring 49. And Daesh recaptures Palmyra after Syrian armed forces pull out of the desert city, according to the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights. A dark day in news today. Turkey declares a day of national mourning after twin bombings killed 38 people near a football stadium in Istanbul. And they say Kurdish militants appear to have been behind the attacks. A car bomb detonated on Saturday outside the home stadium of football giants Besiktas after a Super League match between Besiktas and Bursaspor. And less than a minute later, a suicide attacker blew himself up near a group of police at a nearby park. Prime Minister Binali Yildirim ordered flags to fly at half-mast while President Recep Tayyip Erdogan postponed a planned trip to Kazakhstan. The Interior Ministry said 30 police, 7 civilians, and an unidentified person died in the blast, and 155 were injured. 13 people have been detained over the blasts. In Egypt, a video shot by local media shows the first minutes after a blast during Sunday Mass inside Cairo's main Coptic cathedral earlier this morning. There was no immediate claim of responsibility for the blast, which killed at least 25 and injured 49. Now, Egypt state television said some supporters of the Islamic State militant group celebrated the attack on social media. A device containing about 12 kilograms of the explosive TNT had detonated on the women's side of the cathedral. Orthodox Copts, who make up about 10% of Egypt's 19 million people, are the Middle East's biggest Christian community. They have long complained of discrimination under successive Egyptian leaders. Islamists are waging an insurgency led by Islamic State's branch in North Sinai, where hundreds of soldiers and police have been killed. The insurgents have also launched deadly attacks in Cairo and other cities. In Lebanon, family members and public figures remember on this day prominent Lebanese journalist and politician Gibran Twaini. It happened during Mass earlier this morning in Beirut, a day before the 11th anniversary of his assassination. The Twaini family held a prayer for the late journalist at St. George Greek Orthodox Church in downtown Beirut. The Mass was led by Beirut Greek Orthodox Bishop Lia Saudi and attended by a host of politicians and public figures. Gibran and our other loved ones who martyred for Lebanon dreamt of a free, tolerant, prosperous, modern, democratic homeland that would be ruled by justice, he said. They wanted the law to be enforced. Saudi criticized the dispute over ministerial portfolios, saying one would imagine we have a cake from which everyone wants to snatch a piece. He called for the support of the newly elected president and for solidarity ahead of the underlying challenges. Lebanon's Grand Mufti is urging Lebanese officials to promptly form a new cabinet and address pressing social and economic issues. He was quoted as saying, "We need an active and effective government that will ensure growth and prepare for the coming elections." This is Grand Mufti Sheikh Abdel Latif Daryan, and he said this in a televised statement on the occasion of Prophet Muhammad's birthday. Mufti Daryan said political parties should help Prime Minister-designate Saad Hariri from the government without delay in light of the issues that need to be resolved by the cabinet. Following the election of President Michel Aoun on October 31st, Hariri began ongoing discussions with Lebanese rivals to form a new government. However, it is expected to be finalized before Lebanese Independence Day, but disputes among the political parties over ministerial portfolios have led to a stalemate. ISIS has recaptured Palmyra after Syrian armed forces pulled out of the desert city, according to the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights. Despite the ongoing air raids, ISIS retook all of Palmyra after the Syrian army withdrew south of the city, according to observatory head Rami Abdelrahman. The extremists made a lightning-fast advance across the city after overrunning a northern neighborhood and capturing the famed citadel to Palmyra's west. The ISIS-linked Amaq news agency also reported that ISIS regained full control of the city after taking the citadel, which overlooks Palmyra from a strategic hilltop. Daesh launched an offensive last week near Palmyra, a renowned UNESCO World Heritage Site, as it seized oil and gas fields before making a major push into the desert city, sparking new worries for Palmyra's remaining ancient treasures. 48 Yemeni soldiers were killed in a suicide bombing claimed by ISIS in the southern port city of Aden, officials are saying in an updated casualty toll. We have 48 dead and 29 wounded, all soldiers, Abdel Nasser al-Wali, the health department chief for Aden, said, revising an earlier toll of 35 dead. The bomber detonated his explosives belt as hundreds of troops had gathered to collect their monthly pay at a barracks near Aden's international airport. ISIS once again claimed responsibility. Coming up next, a little lighter note, we check out Weekend at the Movies. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Welcome back. France's popular former economy minister Emmanuel Macron is styling himself the workers' champion and drew 15,000 supporters to a rally in Paris, which reinforced his image as the dark horse in the race for the Elysée. The 38-year-old Macron, once a protege of President François Hollande, staged what his supporters called a tour de force at the rally, brushing off criticism by his erstwhile socialist allies for running as an independent in the 2017 election. Macron has refused pleas, most recently by former Prime Minister Manuel Valls, who is seeking his Socialist Party ticket, to join in the left's attempts to decide on a single candidate for next spring's election. He signaled on Saturday he would not change his mind. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump is expected to name the chief executive of ExxonMobil as the country's top diplomat. A source familiar with the situation said that the appointment would put in place an official with close ties to the Russian government. Exxon chief Rex Tillerson emerged on Friday as the top leading candidate for U.S. Secretary of State over 2012 Republican presidential nominee Mitt Romney and 3 other people. Tillerson met with Trump for more than 2 hours at Trump Tower on Saturday morning. It was their second meeting about the position this week. The source who spoke on condition of anonymity said Tillerson was the expected pick, but cautioned no formal offer has yet been made. As Exxon's CEO, Tillerson oversees operations in more than 50 countries, including Russia. The wait is finally over for Star Wars fans at the first of its spin-offs. Rogue One had its world premiere in an area which covered 2 blocks of Hollywood Boulevard. The film, directed by Gareth Edwards, is a story contained within the opening text crawl of the original Star Wars A New Hope and follows the members of the Rebel Alliance who managed to steal the plans of the Empire's planet-destroying Death Star. While 3 trailers and toy figures have already been released, Edwards says that all of the film's secrets have not yet been seen.
I think the marketing department's done an amazing job, but thankfully they haven't played our best hand, and so I'm excited tonight because I think the best is yet to come. I know people have seen a lot of stuff, but we've kept some surprises for everyone.
I had to be in the gym for far too long, which I have to say is not enjoyable. but for the sake of Star Wars, I was prepared to do it. But I love that side of it. I love sort of a bit like a sort of tomboy, just getting to. I just threw myself into it. Literally, there were moments when I was being thrown on the ground doing a stunt and that kind of thing. And it's just good fun. It really is, and it's a nice change from other work that I've done before. But mostly it is. There's a lot of pleasure going on, even though it might look quite painful on the outside.
I thought too many nights about what was going to happen tonight. You know, I had nightmares. I had other moments where I went like, "This is it. It's going to be great." I just want to live it with my kids and enjoy it and become a fan again. You know, be back in the audience and share the Rogue One with the world. You know, and. I don't know, it feels like a special night. I feel a lot of love around, so I'm sure it's going to go well.
You know, at a time when the world feels so divided, a movie like Star Wars has the potential to bring people all around the world together. You know, no matter what country you're from, no matter who you voted for, no matter what your situation is, your sexual orientation, your gender, this is truly a kind of story that brings the world together. So I think we should celebrate that and embrace that.
A trailer has been released for the new movie Spider-Man: Homecoming. The film starring Tom Holland as Spider-Man will be a teen comedy following 15-year-old Peter Parker hiding his superhero alter ego as he gets through the struggles of homework, girls, and puberty. Robert Downey Jr. also reprises his role as Tony Stark Iron Man. The film is due next year, but this is the trailer.
What's up, guys? Wait a minute. You guys aren't the real Avengers. I can tell Hulk gives it away. Oh, that was awesome. Did Liz get a new top?
No, we've seen that before. Never with that skirt.
Should probably stop staring before it gets creepy, though.
Too late. You guys are losers.
So, to become an Avenger, are there like trials or an interview?
Just don't do anything I would do. And definitely don't do anything I wouldn't do. There's a little gray area in there, and that's where you operate.
Oh.
All right?
That's not a hug. I'm just grabbing the door for you. All right, kid. Good luck out there.
Listen, I know school sucks.
Peter, you still with us? Yeah.
I know you want to save the world. But you're not ready yet.
You're the Spider-Man.
No, I'm not. This is just a costume. This is
From the ceiling.
Stay close to the ground. And stay out of trouble. Forget the flying monster guy. There are people who handle this sort of thing.
I'm sick of them treating me like a kid all the time.
But you are a kid.
This is my chance to prove myself.
Peter, what is going on with you?
I'm really sorry. I'm so busy. I'm slammed.
Don't mess with me, because I will kill you and everybody you love.
This marks the end of our bulletin for this Sunday. Now a reminder for our headlines. Turkey declares a day of national mourning after twin bombings killed 38 people near a football stadium in Istanbul. Kurdish militants seem to have been behind the attacks. Blast during Sunday Mass inside Cairo's main Coptic cathedral killed at least 25, injuring 49. And ISIS recaptures Palmyra after Syrian armed forces pull out of the desert city. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights is saying. Those are your headlines live on Future Television. Catch us again tomorrow for all the latest, and have a good one.
نريد لبنان ملتقى وفاق عربي